Hello everybody and welcome to the stream. My name is Technomagus and we are on part 59, I think, of Xenogears now. And we are about to head into Solaris so that we can end the first disc and move on to the second half of the story. So, when we last left off, we had just destroyed all three gates at protecting Shivat, and we also rescued Emeralda, the little nanomachine girl, who then proceeds to join our party because she thinks that Faye is Kim, her creator, from 4,000 years ago in the Zebulon era. So right now we are in Shivat. Now, if we want to go straight to Solaris, we can go and talk to Queen Zephyr. We're not actually going to do that yet because there's a couple more side missions that I haven't cleared out yet for the first disc. I'm going to get those done real quick. You might also notice that I now have Ellie in my party instead of Billy. There's a reason for that. Because we're going to be taking Ellie with us into the next area, and the area is entirely a character-specific dungeon, I did a little bit of off-screen grinding to get to start learning the remaining death blows. I've actually got almost all of Faye's death blows learned now, and I will... What the heck? Come on. Why? Oh, it's loading. Okay. Give it a sec. There we go. Or, just for some reason, the emulator was no longer active. But, alright. So, let's go back to the Dressel first, because we're going to be heading out real quick. But first, as you can see, looking at Faye's status screen, he has almost all of his death blows learned. He'll have the last two learned after a couple more battles. Ellie has almost all of hers learned. Faye is the only character who actually fills up the entire death blow screen. He actually gets the last two death blows, which are square square X and X triangle X. He actually has them both, or he has the final death blow learned, but he won't actually be able to use it until he hits level 80. And then the second to last death blow is usable at level 70. The first four death blows, the triangle, 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 triangle X, and so on down, those ones are all available once you hit level 50 and have reached enough death blow experience to learn them. Basically, as soon as you get your 7th AP. And as usual, Maria does not have death blows, so she does not have a death blow screen. Alright, so let's get back to the Yggdrasil real quick. So, remember those 3 books that we got back at the Orphanage? Well, I'm going to finally show you what they were for. You can actually do this at any time after Billy permanently joins the party. Basically, any time after the well ship. And then I'm also going to head over to the Thames and get that final chest in the supply dock area. And then we can go to Solaris. Alright, so first things first, let's go to the Thames, because the Thames is closer. Because of the mission to destroy the gate underwater, the Thames has moved. It is no longer in the Akuvi region, it's now just south of Ignis, and it is actively moving. It's basically just circling the sea. It's similar to Solaris, or to Shivat rather, in that it constantly moves now. Alright, so we just go to the supply entrance. Yeah, I did a little bit of research and figured out how to get that last chest. It is the stupidest thing. And you'll see why. Once the game decides to. Come on. It's not really worthwhile what's in it either, but I might as well get it just for completion's sake. Alright, so here in the supply room, what you're supposed to do is run around here, and then we gotta use... where's that drunken guy? Here he is. Basically, stand on top of a random peon, and... oh, come on. No, that's too far away. Okay, let's try this guy. Basically, what you have to do is you have to bump it with your head. And all that for a mica. It's an electricity reducer. Yeah, not very worth it. Okay, we're done with the tames, and we will never come back here again. Back to the doctor. Okay, so stop the Sigurd and get out of the tames. Alright, so now we need to go back to Billy's Orphanage, which is, you remember, is over here in the Yakubi region. Let me just make sure I've got the 3 books. So we got the one book from the kid, the second book was from the... Yeah, we got all 3 books. One book was from the kid, where you guys can see Adventures of Big Joe. The second book was the one that we had to read up to the kid up in the bed, and the third one was the comic book that was used for toilet paper. Because... reasons. Alright, so what you need to do is go back into the main building of the orphanage, and head all the way into the back. You can enter from either side of the orphanage building, it doesn't really matter. They all lead to the same place. And then you go over to the bookcase. No, actually, I think you need Billy in your party to do this. Okay. So, slight delay. Back to the Yggdrasil. And we have to go on board, and then we have to go talk to Margie. Unfortunately, it is a bit of a pain in the neck to swap party members. On Disc 2, there are blue save points, or blue memory cube, rather, that will allow you to switch party members, so you don't have to keep going, because you won't have access to the Yggdrasil to talk to Margie. Very, very useful. But unfortunately, like I said, we don't encounter them until later on. Yes, we want to change party members. Okay, so... Maria, stay home. Okay, now we can go into the orphanage and get the items. Nope. Provided that we can actually, you know, pay attention to what way the map's oriented so that we don't just re-exit the building. Re-exit the area right after entering it. Alright, this way. so you actually have to open the bookcase by pushing it. And then... basically you get a gun for Billy. And it also does come with some ammo. Not a lot, but enough. Alright, Alright, and the gears will not be used for the remainder of the disc. It's all character battles now, so that's why we spent that time teaching Faye and Ellie all their death blows. Or why I spent all that time teaching Faye and Ellie their death blows before tonight. Alright, so now that we are done with all of the side quests for Disc 1, let's head back to Shabbat so that we can finish off this disc. Alright, so let's see. Solaris looks to be over back in Ignis. So, this way. Looks like it's flying right around Dazil. Oh yes, and if you ever wanted to revisit Fort Jasper, you can, but it requires the... you gotta basically fly to it with the Yggdrasil like you would to reach Solaris or the Thames. Ah, there it is. Alright, let's go talk to Queen Zephyr so that we can get to Solaris. Alright, so back to the palace. And up to the throne room. Alright, let's go. Now remember, this is a point of no return. Once you go to Solaris, you will not be... that's it. There is no leaving Solaris until Disc 1 is over and a good chunk of Disc 2 is over. Oh, actually, sorry. There is no leaving Solaris until Disc 1 is over, and then there is no world map until pretty much the end of the game. So make sure you get done everything you wanted to do, because there are pretty much no side quests left until the final part of Disc 2. Maria's a little better. something breaks through. In case you're wondering, yes, there is a reason why everyone's upside down. So I'll explain it in a little bit. Okay, so maybe they won't explain it. The controls are still basically the same, they're just upside down. Damn it, Faye. And now we're right side up. Looks like we got used to it. Let's take advantage of this save point. Welcome to the processing center. Oh look, it's a dissident. Oh look, it was a dissident. Alright, so. Let's find out how screwed we are. Alright, so there's nothing really important over here. Let's see if there's anything in the... Let's see if there's anything in the little buildings. Oh, hey, it's Ellie. Oh, look, they're slaves. Alright, so we have half our party back, so now we just need to find Satan. Well, let's check what the other blocks have to offer us. No, that guy was useless. Alright, there's still a couple other blocks to check though, so let's see if there's anything else interesting here. Timothy? Wait a minute, isn't he dead? Oh, Samson. Oh, he solved it, did he? Let's not go just yet. Because that's actually part of how we get out of the area. So, we got there a little earlier than expected. So first let's check the last couple blocks. Looks kind of like a well. Or that dark elf that attacked Ellie way back at the beginning of the game. Oh, and sucks to be that guy. block under maintenance. In other words, everyone there is dead. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab that save point. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and split the video off here, and when I get back in just a few minutes, we will go ahead and take Not Timothy's bargain and try and escape. See you in a little bit.